I made a video about how the hands-off protests yesterday had 5 million people in the streets across the United States, but you notice that there were no arrests other than one gentleman who was a MAGA who was threatening peaceful protesters with a weapon. There were no protesters arrested. There were no problems between cops and protesters. Everything was peaceful, family-friendly, went off without a hitch. Unlike, January 6th. But then I got this comment: protesting without causing problems doesn't do very much. It's time to be a problem. I'm just going to remind everybody that Indivisible, 5051 movement, we are absolutely committed to nonviolence. This kind of attitude, I'm not sure if this is a bot commenter or if this is a real person, but absolutely not. Absolutely not. You actually sabotage your movement the minute you start smashing things. That's the whole reason that they're agitators and spoilers. They're looking for an excuse to get the cops involved. So they can claim that you are violent. They can claim that you are simply hooligans versus a legitimate, peaceful movement of American citizens who are defending our democracy and our constitutional rights. I will say it once again, if you see people in your comments who are saying like, you should be more of a problem. You should be doing something to catch the eye of the cops. You should be doing something to get arrested. Absolutely not. And if you are at a family-friendly protest, if you are at a protest with vulnerable people, with people of color, with Black folks, and you look like me, and you look like me, and you look like this commenter here, Lily White, don't you fucking be doing anything to get the cops dragged into the middle of things. Don't you be doing anything to give the cops an excuse to start beating on and arresting people. Do you not remember how the protests went in 2020? I remember what they were like in Portland. The cops were itching for an excuse to brutalize protesters, especially ones that were not white. And Trump and cops in Portland in particular were desperate to demonize BLM, to make it look like it was a bunch of thugs who just wanted to destroy property. Or absolutely agitators and instigators that were not parts of the protest, that were doing the illegal actions that got the cops to swoop in. So absolutely not. We are not doing this. If this is what you see somebody saying in the comments, they do not understand the efficacy of peaceful nonviolent protest. They do not understand how nonviolence is more likely to be successful than violent resistance. It's also easier to protest against fascism when you are not in the hospital or in a prison cell. If you see an anonymous account on social media telling you that if you are participating in nonviolent protest, it's not going to do anything, and that you need to do something to get the cops dragged into it, or you need to do crimes, or you need to somehow turn it into a riot, or it's not going to go anywhere, that person is immediately sus. It's giving fed. It's absolutely giving fed. Or just like an accelerationist who wants to watch the world burn, right? Either one. That person is not your friend. Do not listen to what they're saying. And they're actually not a friend of democracy. They're not a friend of any kind of community-driven movement at all. I will keep saying it as many times as it needs to be said. We know that nonviolent protest is the most likely to succeed when it is organized, people are mobilized, it is a strong and sustained resistance that is nonviolent. We know that is the most likely thing to be successful. More than twice as likely as violent resistance. And anybody who tells you otherwise is not to be trusted, does not have your best interest or the best interest of the movement at heart.